then I shall begin. See where we are yet? It's filthy, isn't it? 767-3, 767-4. What was that, 2? 2? Delta. Juliax, 767-400. Thanks, Juliax. She's rolling. Ran that one on the mains. Climb, baby, climb. Missed that post. Really. There it is. Right, I'm just going to quickly jump to here and do this, if I can, just to see if this works or not. Hey folks, how you doing? Very warm welcome to the Sunday show. At the moment, we're going to be here for a couple of hours. I hope you're all doing well, enjoying your Sunday, whatever you're doing. Maybe you're already into Monday, who knows. But a very warm welcome to everybody around the world. Obviously, I'm going to be reading your comments. We are at the London Fire Brigade, folks, here at London Heathrow, right opposite runway 27 right, 09 left. And we're very honoured to be here, ladies and gentlemen. And this tape is starting to not see the tape. But anyway, I just want to say a big shout out to all our good friends on Blue Watch here. Now they might get called out at any one time, folks. So just be aware of that it might happen. And if they do, then we have to sort of like jump down, blah blah blah. But let's hope everybody's sensible today, or that no sort of like incidents happen, and that these guys have a nice, easy couple of hours at least. But I want to say a big shout out to John Drake, he's with us, James, Chris, Jay, Rex and Manny downstairs. Hello fellas. Thanks everybody for your great commitment to this amazing channel. And what you've got on your screen, folks, what you've got on your... yeah, so bottom of your screen on the right hand side, folks, let's give these guys some love. That QR code will take you straight to the page that we want to sort of like, you know, I mean, everybody's very knowledgeable, and but sometimes there's things you don't think of, isn't there, when you're talking about fire prevention and you know, e-scooters, best way to store batteries, you know, all that kind of thing. Have a look at that page there, and then click on the relative link. You might have a business. We on Big Jet TV have to regularly create risk assessments, and of course, fortunately for us, it doesn't involve fire, but it does involve, you know, potential for injury. So you need to obviously address all those risks and mitigate them as best you can, whether you're an individual or whether you're a business. Always good to do that, especially when you've got kids and all that kind of thing. Make sure that A350 rolling with the big wheels. So we're going to be here, run it through to, hopefully, folks, the switchover for arrivals, because it's still, as you can probably guess, it's still quite blustery here at London Heathrow. Was it magnitude 8? The see them crabbing already on Anchorage GP. Was it 7.4? It's big enough, isn't it? Abort, abort, abort. Not me, not me. Dave Stubbs has upgraded to first class. Dave, thank you, my friend. Great to see you guys here. Hope you're doing well. Hope your Saturday evening went well, and you're enjoying your the rest of your weekend, or maybe I don't know, Far East. You know, it's still early doors, isn't it? I don't know, actually. Let's have a look. Bloody hell. Interesting, the feedback that we got from pilots yesterday, and Finnair as well. We got a personal email from Finnair, the operations team, who love watching us, just to say thanks for the footage. They thought that we actually stopped the feed due to the Finnair landing, but as we all know, that was a technical issue. But just keep an eye on that 380, because even right now she can go around. I think she's made it. So yeah, folks, hit that QR code, and or if you can scan it, I don't know if you can scan it on your phone, or if you're able to do it on your TV or whatever device you're using. Let's we've got a link as well, Julie, for those people who don't have the capability. Oh, the link is pinned as well, folks. Lucky fella doing the grass in it. Wow, what a job, man. It's part of the old airport there, folks. Where I am right now, I believe that this fire station is actually, I was speaking to John about it, but I believe this fire station, it's raining, is it? Oh, okay, yeah. Very much, or? Get that gear up real quick. Of course, the gear door is the gear doors create a serious amount of turbulence, or instability, should I say. So the quicker that gear is up, the better. It's still feeling it though. Funky shot. Still feeling it as you climb up through the layers. Virgin 787. All of Virgin 787s are the -9 variant. But look how long this aeroplane goes before she rotates. When they come past us here, they're doing around about 110, 120 knots, somewhere around about that. You see the front end starting to get a little bit. She wants to go. That's quite a. Now you see how much longer they are, because that bush is in the shot. First time here, folks, so obviously we need to consider our position in terms of getting these lampposts and stuff out of the shot if we can. Maybe means going back a little bit further along the roof. But whatever happens, it doesn't matter. We'll always get a bleed in the lamppost in the way. Cooling the inside of that 380 whilst they prepare her for her flight. Big old smile on his face, look. Watch the gear, watch the gear. Ah, there you go. There's a whole sequence to it, filling that rain now. Nice funky shot. Whoa. Yeah, I can feel it. It's just the edge of this cloud though. Another 764. Yeah, lots of, well, not lots of, but quite a few air crew yesterday asking for copies of their landings. One of whom is a brother of my mate who I play golf with, Stewie. See, no tilt mechanism on the A330, just straight up. Such a long retraction process. Here comes that rain. She's climbing into rain. See the wings flexing. Quite a bumpy ride up there. Yeah, I think it was Anthony, BA pilot, saying that the video just doesn't show how aggressive and how from about 2 miles out. Wow, here comes that rain, here comes that rain. Quickly, quickly, attention, attention. Rapid deployment. Okay, stand by. Icelandair 757 pushing back. Saw its tail. ETA's 330 is in. It is. And our due to depart in 10 minutes, folks. Look out for this. ETA. Italy's new airline, and it is new. It's, I don't think anything was apart from the routes. If that had been a British airline, ETA, they would have definitely done a funny sort of like skitty sort of ad campaign. Yeah, we have right now. We have yeah. Mate, Virgin Atlantic captain, very good friend of mine, known him a long time, but went our separate ways. He went off and did his PPL while I went off to America, and the icon. It's easier, isn't it? Okay, can't you change it? We've already done it. That's alright, do it. New set of wheels on the front of that 320. Oh man. I'm aware. So fortunately for us today, folks, for you, for everybody watching, we have, well, I'm not going to tempt fate, put it that way. Under new management, they'd have it, wouldn't they, if they were... change of executive roles. Found the A320 a very easy aeroplane to fly in the simulator. That is, obviously it's a completely different kettle of fish. I do appreciate in real time in terms of, but you know, in terms of control and you know, it's well, I say it was easier than the Dreamliner. It's a difficult one to compare it with, really, isn't it? It shouldn't be really comparing, you know, Dreamliner with an A320. But it was just the I don't know. I've flown both the I've flown the Dreamliner, obviously, and mind you, next time we do it, and we will be doing it with Captain Chris at Luton in the simulator, which we talked about a couple of weeks back. That's definitely on the cards, folks. Now we've got our new system in place again, where we need to go back up there and do a double check. It looks like it's going to happen, but when it does, one of the hardest things, like I said, was actually taxiing the aircraft, because it is one of those things you need time to get used to. Nothing like, see how long that run is there. Look how long that run is, going straight through the bush, this one. We will move the location. We'll probably put X marks the spot at some point if this all works out. Yeah, give a little thought, folks, to all the folks that work in the fire service and the emergency services as well. Of course, don't forget we've got the ambulance service down here to our right as well. All those folks who work in there. And, you know, they do a great job, man, at the end of the day, you know, come rain or shine, on call. Your service is on call 24/7. It's as simple as that. Okay, GP, do you want to run the map? Do you want to run the map quick? Tell me when it's up. Jeffrey Phillips, it's called airing. There you go, folks. So there you can see where I am. I'd say, I don't know what mark this is down the runway, but we are sort of like, you're able to see the taxiways, Alpha 8, between Alpha 8 and Alpha 9 north. I think that's the two, one is an exit point and one is an entry, they're both actually exit points, I think. Oh, I don't know if this one is, but anyway, that's where we are, folks. Sort of between Terminal 2 and Terminal 3, right slap bang in the middle, almost opposite where Terminal 1 used to be. Okay, GP, lose the map, please. One of Virgin's 339s being towed. That's something we're going to see a lot of on. You're going to see Airbus jets that are in different what do we call it? Phases, in different phases of assembly and manufacturing, and well, not so much manufacture, it's more assembly. It's an assembly line. They don't actually manufacture any of the components at Airbus in Toulouse, not that I'm aware of. Of course, all the parts are either flown in or I think Safran's very close by, so there may be engine components, but obviously Safran very Yeah, so we wanna give the guys at LFB some love, folks. So all I'm asking is you just hit that QR code so that we can show the management on Monday the kind of amazing spot. It'll probably work, I'll imagine. I mean, you guys can get a plane to #1 on flight radar in a matter of minutes without me even saying anything. So you know, you guys kind of take care of it yourselves anyway. Lowry on the M6. On the M6 on my way to Holland. I'm on the M6 on my way to Holland. So does that mean you're over the channel? You're the M6. I'm guessing that is. It's the M20 that goes down to. Oh, mind you, no, he's on the M6. Probably driving down the M6 to go down to the port. I don't know. Be a bit more specific. How long that run is, man. Yeah, we need to go back along a little bit to eradicate these lampposts. It's when I'm down the road I have to do that in terms of positioning. See, once you're in the air and once you're flying, it's still quite aggressive. Wind buffeting you from the left. Little bit of crab action going on there. Still a southwesterly ball. Thought we might have a. Yeah, we do have a little start-up. Little set of IAEs. Can make a little bit of noise when they start up, the old IAEs. Okay, well that's great. Oh, look what's coming out, mate. Look what's coming out, GP. Big long super H2 pencil. HB, sorry. Yeah, she's a 300. Big long super stretch with RB211s on her. She's going to sound great going past us, man. Yeah. About what, sorry? Yeah, a few people asking about if there's anywhere they can donate. I don't know if there is a... is there a central donation line or something for the LFB? I don't know. I don't know. I'll have a hunt around on their homepage. But if anything, send them an email just to say thank you. And, you know, we appreciate everything you do. I think that's going to go a long way. There's Jono. Yeah, and also, can we also say a big thank you to John, who's sort of looking after us up here today. We obviously, every time we come up here, we have to have an escort as well, or a supervisor, should I say. Somebody overseeing it, making sure everything's good. We've got a great platform up here, big platform. Flight Radar 24 on chat saying hello from the team. Keep up the great work. Thank you, guys. Lovely to hear from you. Yeah, we're great relationship there with Flight Radar 24, man. And it's sort of like a natural progression, wasn't it? Dunk of milk before he's come out. 7:57, rolling on. 88 was the best year, gifting a Big Jet TV membership. Thank you. Aviation Zone is a brand new member. Alan Eason is also a brand new member. If I have missed you, I do apologise, folks. Just so much great stuff going on here at the moment. Rosie Lee, Tammy Neal. Private Boeing 737 should be behind you any minute. Behind you any minute. Interesting. This is a beautiful aeroplane. Quite light. Bumped around. Of course, what you need to consider is not only is the aircraft, I wouldn't say obsolete, but in terms of its manufacture, no longer manufactured, the Boeing 757, and also lots of them being used for freight, of course. Now these guys might be starting their number 2 on the taxi. I think they are, listen. Now you see what I'm talking about with the replacement radome on the front there, folks. I know we joke about that, you know, glass and half of milk and all that sort of thing. But it, you know, it is one of the most sort of like serviced parts, should I say, in terms of, you know, like wheels and well, brake systems and all that kind of stuff. There's 2 of them there. Oh, strong smell of Jet A1 then, man. Ooh. Someone's just started his engine. I think it's this BA jet here. See, he's got a replacement radome as well. Nice MEA. Mind you, it might have been that 330. I doubt it though. It's sort of like drifting in that direction. Great shots, eh, folks? Aviation Zone. Alan, I think, is a new member. Wow, just so many people, folks. Great to see you all here today. I hope you're doing well. These are friends with BA. Great to get so many messages from BA people yesterday. I think they sort of like held the high ground yesterday, didn't they, in terms of the skills, from a skill set point of view. There she wants to go, man. There she goes. Go on, girl. Sort of like just clicking on the 120 knots at this position here. See how much she's getting beaten up. What's that, GP? Like that MEA. Yeah, if you want to scan the QR code, folks, you put your phone up against the QR code, open the camera, obviously. Do you have to open the camera? Do you have to open the camera? You do, yeah. And then it'll just bring it up, folks. Just click on it when it highlights it on your phone, and then it'll take you straight to that page for the London Fire Brigade, and it'll and then scroll down,
to the particular landing page that we've selected. Well, the guys here at London Fire Brigade have, and it will take you to a safety page. And then you've got individual and businesses as well. So, you know, e-scooters, that applies to individuals, privateers, and also businesses as well. If you've got commuters using e-scooters, for example, or you know, anything with a charging system, have to be very careful. I charge all my batteries during the day and stuff. I don't leave them charging overnight. Not a big fan of doing that, because you don't want to overload the systems, you know. Wow, he got out of the gate quick, didn't he? Yeah, 380, mate. Need a 380. Any of those big mummers going out there, down there at all? Ollie saying it, perhaps Android needs a QR app. Really? Yeah, switch to Apple, mate. Avro Arrow loving the new camera angle. Yeah, you always have to see, this guy's not using a full runway, almost full runway, but very slight intersect. Mr. Righty, Middle Eastern Airways, yeah, MEA. In their old livery, I have to say, that one. 380, must have it. Must have it, I'm pretty sure. Before the switch. Oh, might not. 88 was the best year, gifted 5 Big Jet TV memberships. Wonderful thing to do, folks. Thank you so much. We are a great community of people here on Big Jet TV. All of us together. Oh, mate, really? Okay, right, what I'm going to do... Wow. That's not good, mate. That's not good. I'm going to take that out of there. Now, the great thing is I've got my charging thing here. Take that out of there. Put that in there like that. By the time... By the time the other one goes, that one should be charged. So we should only keep switching it like that. That makes it far better. I'm not sure what the wind noise is like on the mic, folks, but these Rode mics with a little muffler that I've got on the front of the mic seems to work quite well. It's Rode, after all. They're not cheap. The batteries are. Middle East Airlines.
easy, son. Oh, perfect. Okay, Jono. Yeah. Nice one, mate. Firefighters Charity, folks. Just Google Firefighters Charity, and that'll take you straight to the page. Thank you in advance, anybody who donates. Much appreciated. That's not what we're here for, folks. We are here to make people aware and get people to maybe highlight a few things that they didn't think of. We all do it. Yeah, that's more like it. What we're very interested in doing, folks, is obviously just making people as aware as they can be of dangers of things around your home, around your office, you know, leaving things on charge, and making sure that your electrical power supply is oh, nice pushback for this Virgin 350. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be harsh in the winter. It's going to be harsh in the winter. Got it. ETA 330 coming out, folks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, somebody asked if you know, is there any way we can donate?
Yeah, just go straight to the Google, the Firefighters Charity.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Sounds good, Jerry.
I love that lift your mind battery.
Yeah, well, there you go, mate. What's that, GP? What's that? Mind that. Okay, well, let's do that for next time then, yeah? Yeah. I just want to get, I just want to make sure that the management get to see a big Spike tomorrow morning. And I don't mean Spike, a bulldog, with a great big collar on him, like the one in Tom and Jerry. I mean a spike in the analytics, so that they can go, wow, yeah, that's really good, because it's what's commonly known as a CTA, a call to action. And you guys are very responsive on that, I have to say. Oh, is she going up to maintenance? So just what you need to also appreciate, folks, is that this position is now ripe for 09 arrivals, isn't it? Because your touchdown zone, we will obviously be a little bit further over to our left, so we've got the whole runway in view. She's going up to maintenance. She's poorly. So Air Baltic A220. Let's show the flight dynamics of this aircraft and how quiet it is. Little mini A350. Look at that. So key is to get that gear up real quick in these winds. So clean up the airflow as much as you can. Obviously, still going to get
buffeting from the wings, but the last thing you want is what's classified as a dirty configuration. I think pilots call it from 10 to 10. Intersect. Deborah Davies. Deborah Davies? The answer to your question is yes. We can see baby sock. It did so. It's working very well today. Like an air massage, like an air massage. So this is what you call an intersecting departure. You there, GP? I'm on my own! Okay, we've got at least 2 380s coming out, folks. So be patient. Nick Gray, Deborah Davies, early birdie. What if we couldn't hear aeroplanes anymore? Wouldn't that be boring? Yes, it would. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. And she's got a big... Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, it's their CEO, not their Neo. Interesting. So this jet's going to be around for a little while longer, isn't it? They wouldn't just paint it for something that's going to retire in another year. Mind you, I don't know. They might be. Obviously, this aircraft will be switched out with either a 350 or an A330 Neo. This is the CEO version. Looks like she's running Pratt Whitney's. Look at those stubby little exhaust on her. Yeah, the old John and the crew asked, said that, you know, if you like, we can get you up on the big long reach ladder, and it's got a sway, get this folks, a sway at the top of 10 meters either way. Can you imagine that, man? No thanks, you're all right. I think I'll pass. I've weighed up all the options. I'm not interested, enemy. Deborah Davies, are there lots of delayed departures today? Folks, don't forget, we're going to try, if we can, to continue on with arrivals this afternoon. So get the arriving aircraft. We might go down for a 30-minute break or whatever it might be, but Brian Stewart, are there any options not including the cabin that airlines can get on an aircraft, or is it most everything standard coming off assembly line, the windshield mask maybe? Yeah, you know, I mean, if you want an A330 Neo, it comes in a standard format, then you're... Oh, I see what you mean, it's like extras. Yeah, that's included in the paint option, isn't it? No CF6s, she's running CF6s. I do like that. It's the tail that does it. Oh. See, having to dip that wing into the wind and then offsetting it. Sorry about that. See that big wing. bird of prey wing on it, hasn't it? The Airbus. Completely sort of like different. Configuration of the wing compared to the Boeing. Boeing has more of a sort of like, you know, it's got that big flex in it at the end of the day. Doesn't look like it on the ground, of course, but Airbus just seems to be a much stiffer wing. However, when you actually fly on the aircraft, like the A380, you don't expect to see as much flex as you do when the aircraft rotates. Is at that rotate point, those wings really do flex up, and it's very, very noticeable as well. Here comes John with the tea. Here comes John with the tea. Most important part of the show coming up right now. Thanks, mate. You're a ledge.
Oh, mate. No worries.
Thanks, Jono. Lufthansa 321. Rare to see a CEO nowadays, isn't it? The old Lufthansa fleet rapidly switching now to the Neos. I think that's why there's a chance that a lot of the CEO jets are. It's all about. Obviously, all these airlines are, you know, from a financial standpoint. It's sometimes a bit tricky to juggle the numbers in terms of taking delivery of aircraft, but it's all pre-planned anyway. It's not like this month. Oh, sorry, mate, ain't got any money. Don't get paid till Monday. Can we pay you on Monday? But it is all more to do with you know, manufacturing. You know, the more that Airbus, the more demand there is with Boeing and Airbus and Embraer, of course, and Bombardier and all the big manufacturers. It is a case of, like, you know, material costs. Well, actually, not so much supply, but, well, yeah, costs are up because of, you know, raw materials, but supply is the big thing, isn't it? You know, in terms of the exotic metals and plastics and carbon. All those, they've got carbtanium now as well, which is, well, I say now, we've probably had it for a long time, but mixture of carbon and titanium, making it even more robust. I think that might be fan blade technology, carbtanium. Let me know. Talk, get involved in the chat, folks. Big old front, sort of like, you know, staggered. Right, let's have a little look online and on Flight Radar 24 and have a look. It's Hussein. No rain at the moment. It's Hussein. We'd had a little bit. Jono's a big lad. 747 Jumbo. Deborah Davies, come up to Edinburgh, Jerry. You get a Tunnocks wafer to go with that tea. Well. It's a long way to go for a wafer, but hey, you know, went all the way up to Scotland for an AN225. Whoa, easy, son. Yeah, it's a bit different than a wafer, and a bit bigger and all. You'd probably fit about 40 million in wafers in a 225, couldn't you? Cargo like 747 flying west to east, 39,000 feet, almost at Reading, heading your way, Jerry. Well, I tell you what, we've got Cirrus above the cloud base that I've got, so high Cirrus. It is amazing when you're flying at 40,000 feet and you're flying just above cloud. It's crazy. Wow, easy departure for that guy. more direct the wind. Oh, might be a funky shot here. Funky shot in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. We've got a 380 on its way out. BA 380. Here she comes, folks. Dun, 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 dun. Nick Gray, more shouts to West of London Heathrow. Not sure if they'll hit you. Well, I'm ready for it anyway. Sky God 1964, Martin Riggs, Spywalks. I'm in Istanbul watching this right now, Spywalks. Yeah, great feedback from so many different people yesterday in different places around the world. And great to get the feedback from the BA pilots as well, and Finnair as well. Thank you, Finnair. Hello to everybody in their operations team. And United as well. We know that United watch us in the United States of America when they can. Cirrostratus, Nick Gray. There we go, Cirrostratus. That's what's above me right now. We've got a broken cloud at whatever it is, 10,000 feet maybe, I don't know. Maybe a little bit less than that. And above that, we've got, look, it's cut a hole in the sky, look, whatever that was. See, that is, that's the shadow being cast on the cloud below. Oh, hot air there, that is. Clonk. It's quite clonky, the old gear doors on the 350. This is the bit when you really feel it. Bonk! Quite noisy winders as well. Is he watching? Is Stewie watching? You watching, Stewie? No? Drowning your sorrows for yesterday. Charlie smashed you to pieces on the golf course. He got done over by an 80-year-old. Jeffrey Phillips, Martin P, EGPX, Ian Hanna. What's the timestamp? David Goodman, do you ever film at Charles de Gaulle? No, David, is a quite simple answer to that. Firstly, because you have to get permits to film there. Secondly, because the permits that you get are normally for videography or photography. And thirdly, well, live streaming is something that I'm not sure about. And secondly, you need to kind of like it's so vast, Charles de Gaulle. I mean, I thought that Schiphol was big, but Charles de Gaulle is so massive. First of all, you definitely need transport. Secondly, the vantage points at Charles de Gaulle are few and far between. Hear that 777 starting up, listen to it. Ian Byrne. Glad you're saying that. Yeah, it is one thing that we all have to, you know, that's why we were live for the amount of time we were during the COVID crisis, just so that we could all be together, get through it together. It's funny, I watched a show. You remember me on top of the Hilton Garden Inn saying about COVID. No, it'll be over in a couple of weeks, won't it? Richard Branson did exactly the same thing. He actually went on camera saying, well, you know, it is what it is, but it'll all be over in a couple of weeks. Yeah, little did he and everybody around the world know, but let's not talk about that. We're in happy times now. And, one good thing is, I mean, obviously for us, the worst thing that came about it in the COVID crisis, obviously with all the losses, terrible things there, but It was mainly the loss of our great, wonderful Queen of the Skies with British Airways. Virgin Atlantic were already in the process of replacing their 747s, and they just, all they did was they just brought that forward a little bit. And so were British Airways, but we would have still been seeing, you know, probably at least a dozen, maybe more 747s in there. They did have a lot of 747s, and we would have still seen a lot of them in action, just like this 380 would be probably a few 747s lining up to go out. But anyway, it is what it is. You just got to roll with it. Stephen Weatherly remembers going on the Queen's Gardens watching in the early 70s. Trident's VC-10, 707, 727's Comet, Caravel. Yeah, we've got some T-shirts. Well, actually some new design line within our merchandise store, folks, which we're slowly adding in, and included in that we do have 727, 737 100 Jurassic, VC-10, and I think we should probably do Comet as well, don't you think, Julie, just to make it even for you? Sorry, not another one. And of course all those designs are available on all different, you know, hoodies, t-shirts, caps. Yeah, go on in. Do you want it on the left? Do you want me to keep stuff on the... It's on the right, is it? Okay. How big is it? How big is it? Have you done it there? Just tell me when it's up. Okay. Just wait when it goes. Wing on it, all 787 wings, 60 metres across, same as all 787 8, 9 and 10. So like I say, it does look a little bit odd sometimes, not odd, but it's you know, you see a 787-8 overhead and you look at a big wing on it, it's like a 10-year-old kid wearing his dad's shoes. Best way to describe it, isn't it? Okay, GP, you can go. Now, on my left, yeah? On my right. So just going to pop that up quickly, folks, that merchandising line. Okay, okay, so I'm keeping everything in my left side, yeah, Jilly? Okay. So there you go, folks, just a quick one. In thrust, we trust. We borrowed that from one of our members who came up with it randomly one day on the stream. But as you can see, folks, we've got a the new line A330neo we have done. We've got 777. Which ones we got? We're going to do 737 Max as well. I've got to say the caps look fantastic, man. The new caps. We've got the stonewash style as well. Is the stonewash one up actually? See, look, we've got the. Okay, lose it, lose it, lose it. Rishikesh, that Virgin Atlantic going to Shanghai. Some great wing flexes yesterday, Helen Clapp. Thank you. Gary Sibthorpe, loving the new spot you're in, Jerry. Will it be regular? Gary, we are hopeful that it will be. We're doing everything we should do. We're making sure that we keep tabs on everything and all that health and safety is under control, which it is, all cordoned off, everything's great, you know, when you do something like this, when you come to a new position and on an annual basis, you sometimes have to adjust your or update your risk assessments if there's anything that's changed, but in general it's a pretty standard format. Read all about it. Andrew Allborn, really like the bright red cap you're wearing, really pops. Okay, thank you, Andrew. Go for it, my friend. Cheers, Jono. Lining up, stand by. Set of Trent 800s firing up. Jeffrey Phillips wants the bobble hat. Yeah, I've ordered a bobble hat. They're sort of like combined colours, aren't they? Got red and grey, I think. Jules Harris, yes, they are. What you see are all available in the online store. Bigjet.shop or bigjettv.shop. Or bigjet.tv/shop, something like that. Heathrow Arrow, well, GP and me work on it. I mean, it is, yeah. So it's my input, and then Jilly executes the order. Still got, how are the whip marks on your back, Jilly? Are they all right? They soothed down a little bit. Get on, boy. American is smiling. He is smiling, Brian. You're right. Look at the smile on his face there. He's happy because he's going out flying, isn't he? Who wouldn't be? Lee Eastwood. Yeah, don't worry about it, Lee. That bush is going to go out of shot. We just have to position ourselves a little bit further down to our left while still maintaining the being in our ops vehicle, man. How cool is that? Did you have the dog coat on there as well, Jimmy? Was it on that loop? Was it on that loop? People wouldn't know what it is though without it actually saying what it is. You'd be like, what the hell's that? I thought it was for a tortoise or something. Janine Gray, good day to you, Janine. Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Do some milestones in a minute, folks. How about that? Shout out some, you get to do it once a month if you're a member, and it's basically where you get to put a little message in there, and please keep them short. You're there. Big smiley face, isn't it? When we talk about the smile, folks, it's actually the pitot tubes and the angle of attack sensors that you can see there. They look like a smile. Perfectly positioned on the Boeing 777. Interesting to see how they've kind of redesigned the wing on the 777-9. I'm going to call it the 777-9 because that's what it's a bit of a confusing one, isn't it, really? Because you've got the 777X, 777-10 and the 777-9, and most of Boeing's Boeing's
Yeah, yeah. You don't get merchandise for someone else, especially if they're the same size as you, because when you get it, you'll be like, you know what? Hold on a minute, I think I'll have this. But it is pretty cool. You know, some of the designs we've worked pretty hard on. You know, the silhouettes, the silhouette of the aircraft, which we've now introduced and incorporated into the design as well. Bumper stickers, die-cut stickers, mugs, t-shirts, get them while they're on. Peanuts, shark ices. Julian has gifted a Big Jet TV membership. Thank you, Julian. Lovely thing to do. Off to Dallas Fort Worth. 4 Trent 900s about that. Spool up. 90,000 pounds of thrust each engine. About Boeing, see now how droopy that wing is, man. The wingtips are full of fuel. About for DFW, 80 knots. Knots. She's going about 110 knots right now. Coming up to V1. There she goes. Now you can see the wingtip there flexing, man. See, it's not droopy like it was. We need to definitely. That's a temporary incursion, should I call it? Those lampposts. I can actually position myself further down the roof. She's not going to take much of a turn. I wouldn't have thought. She might. Depends on whether she's going up over the top or whether she's going straight across the Atlantic past the south of Ireland, in which case she won't make much of a turn. Probably leave it a couple of minutes, I would have thought, before the next jet comes out. Shut down, I think, on that triple. Trim set. It's quite a high trim set, isn't it? Look, on the leading edge of that horizontal stabiliser there. See the pointy bit? Well, that's a trim stabiliser there, which the autopilot auto trims, but they've preset that trim based on the aircraft's weight and all the other different parameters that are inputted into the flight management system. I don't know if the aircraft auto trims itself when they put those details in, that information, but it's quite a high trim set, isn't it? When you look at another jet, which, let's just see another one, the equivalent of that 777 there. See, he's about a third of the way down. Mind you, I don't know. It's actually not that much. There's Serbia. Welcome all new subscribers, by the way. Over 3,000 new subscribers yesterday. All genuine, all genuine. And a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Hope you're well. We do get quite a few people switching from
subscription to membership, but please, once again, don't feel in any way obliged or pressured into anything, folks. We want you to enjoy your time here on Big Jet TV. Literally enjoy the ride, because it is a great one. We do travel overseas into Europe, over to the US, probably looking like Anchorage the beginning of next month, folks. A lot of people will be going yes on that one. It's a big long haul for me, but you know what? It's what's at the other end that such a beautiful piece of artwork, that in it, that wingtip. Cleaning up that airflow at the end of the wing, because if you have a clip wing, basically creates a lot of drag at the end of the wing, if you know what I mean, because it's a flat surface. Anything. It's why that when you're creating anything aerodynamic, it's always good to try, if you can, to have a smooth exit for the airflow. That's why we have wind tunnels. It's it all. Okay, 35 minutes left of departures out of the northern runway. Then it's going to switch to southern. Watch the undercarriage. See the tilt? Watch the tilt. There it is. Wow. Now the gear's up, you can maintain that climb nice and smoothly. He. Yeah, my oh, it's all melted by now though, Gillian, isn't it? It's all melted by now, isn't it? Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's always a difficult balance, isn't it? Seaplanes are pretty crazy to watch, especially when it's busy. Great way to see the undercarriage tilt. Unique to Boeing, that tilt mechanism, and the reason why they tilt it is so that it fits in the undercarriage bay neatly. Part of the design procedure, obviously, the ergonomics of the inside of the undercarriage bay. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that's housed within the fairings of the wing, all around it, air conditioning units. Different ancillaries, pumps, hydraulic systems, electrical systems, and just the ergonomics of getting that undercarriage up and in means that they've designed it with a tilt mechanism. Airbus not using that system on their A350 1000 with the triple cart on it. WestJet making its way out. One of the older four-door General Electric powered 777-200s. LFC Ian, great shot of the tilt on the gear there. I've been wondering what Jerry was on about. Okay, there you go. So, see, just the, I learned it from somebody. Oh, actually, yes, actually, one of our old members, wasn't it? Who went a little bit doolally. What have you got? Jill Blakeney. A big Jet TV keyring sounds like a great idea. Gary Corbett. We don't do them, do we, Gilly? Or nothing yet? It's a shame. It'd be great if they introduced that rubber stamp type. Yeah, yeah. But the rubber ones are always good, aren't they? Oh yeah, the other ones. Yeah. Oh, I like my one. I think if they were available on the store, they'd probably do quite well. But they're not. So this is an intersecting departure. A lot of times these jets' front wheels set always looks clean and new. Doesn't specifically mean that it's brand new. I mean, obviously when you can see that, like, you know, they've got that white shine to them. No brakes on the front wheels, of course, so no brake dust to make them look grubby like your alloys on your car. But depending on how often they're set, they're changed. But you can see the hubs or the wheel rims on these big jets, literally coated in brake dust from the brake pads. Not so much from the discs, carbon discs, carbon pads, I think. See that? It's also on the 787, as well as the, believe it or not, because the 787 doesn't have a tri-undercarriage, but the 787 does have a tilt mechanism on it as well. Rolls-Royce. That's a lot of weight you're putting up there on those hydraulics. So impressive how powerful hydraulic systems are, to be able to literally pull that thing up. It doesn't get pushed up, it gets pulled up. So this is going to be an absolutely fantastic spot for 09 arrivals, folks. Looking forward to a bit of rain. We've got to obviously make sure everything gets past, and we're back here in the future. Yeah, I think it'll go well. Just need people to hit that QR code, folks, that's on your screen right now. Or click the link that's on your phone or on your tablet. On chat, there's a link there as well. So there's two ways to do it. You don't have to use the QR code. You can hit that link. It'll take you straight to the page, just so you can sort of, like, you know, oh blimey, I never thought of that. You know, if your kid's got an e-scooter or something like that, you know, you need to think about things like that, man. Never charge them. Never leave them on charge overnight. That's one thing you don't do. And don't leave them in like a garage. Well, if you do, just make sure that you just got to be careful of the starting this number 2. Look. don't know if you heard that then. He was starting his number 2 on the roll. It's crazy, isn't it? Just from there, from down there up to here, starting his number 2 late, it saves a shed load of fuel. You consider the number of flights that these things do. Okay, watch for the Dreamliner tilt. How low she is to the ground. There it is. Look at that wing. That is a crazy wing profile, isn't it? Always remember seeing it for the first time. Funky shot. Always remember seeing it for the first time. Oh mate, don't be shy. There you go. Stephen Billings, yes, indeed, 7.8 on the 7.8 magnitude earthquake in Anchorage last night. Was it Miami? Where was it I was and I felt? Oh, it was Japan, wasn't it? And I felt a tremor. Crazy, man. It was crazy. Middle of the night, whole bleeding, the whole bed, everything shook. Very, very momentarily, I have to say, but just goes to show, doesn't it? I think an aircraft also aborted a landing as well into Anchorage yesterday. ATC were go around, because obviously you don't want to be landing when the whole bleeding ground shaking, do you? Like, really? Wow. They will have to inspect the runway, yeah, most definitely. Big old lump. I know I've mentioned it many times, but there's got a lot of people on the feed right now who have never heard me mention it, about the A380 flight deck. It is the only one. I mean, the 767 and the 757 have one little step up and one little step down into the flight deck, but these guys have got got 2 steps. Well, on the BA jets anyway. There's different configurations. Etihad, for example. Oh, sorry, Emirates, for example. It's steps as well, but it's either side and it's sort of offset from the centre. Whereas the very clever way of utilising the space around the flight deck, I have to say, on the Emirates 380s. But these guys have got a simple set of steps, which is brilliant, man. It's like a, you know, it's like visiting your granny. Not I'm saying that everyone's granny lives in a terraced house in Yorkshire or something like that, you know, with a big stall, you know. But hey up, Gran. Oh, hello. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very interesting sort of, like, you know, wow, you don't think of it, you know, it's something you just don't think of. You think that you walk straight into the flight deck like you do on most conventional aeroplanes, but no, these guys have a step. But I would you know, it would be kind of cool to put like a number 34 on the door, and you know, a doorbell. Doon doon doon, doon doon doon. Check your ring. So, Christopher Moore is a brand new member. You've got to start up somewhere. Might be him starting up one of his edges on the 380. Christopher Moore, very warm welcome to you, Christopher. Lovely to see you. Brand spanking new member. Going to be joining us in Toulouse, France next week if you fancy a bit of it. Maybe plan it into your schedule on Wednesday, live from the AIRBUS manufacturing lines at Toulouse, where we get we're at a great vantage point where we get to see aircraft in different phases of manufacture or assembly, should I say. Any Canadians in the house? This one's coming your way. L'Esprit du Canada. Great funky shots, man. Some great funky shots. Nice LATAM triple. Was that maybe who was making all the noise? He got a big smile on his face, didn't he? Brian Stewart, I see 4 steps for the 380. Yeah, you're right. Ablutions either side when you walk up those steps. Actually, right hand side, turn left, there's a step, it is 4 steps, he's right. But not into the flight deck, up to the toilets. Wow, look how dirty her tail is, man. It's an old 777, that is, man. That's going to be 20, that's going to be in the 20-year-olds, in it, something like that. Oh, excellent. Somebody's saying that the XLR should be out testing on Wednesday. 321 XLR, that is, the extra long range. Goes from Rome to New York, I think it is. What's that, GP? Well, they're manufacturing the 321 at Toulouse now, aren't they? Taking up the old 380 plant. We'll get that bush out of the way, folks. Don't you worry about it. We're not going to cut it down. We're going to move our position here. Of course, it's my first time up here today, so in terms of positioning, I'm cordoned off at the moment, so I can't move anywhere. Obviously for health and safety reasons. But when we come back, we will obviously revise our position so that we can maximise the view in terms of the runway, the length of runway. Another BA 777 heading our way. Look at this big old lump, look. That's the bit. Is it? Temperatures in Italy right now as well. low, man. That was low. We'll get those lampposts out of the shot. Don't you worry about it, folks. Okay, easy. Right, he's got a bit of speed tape on his engine. Look. Now that is a temporary fix. Not doesn't, you know, give people a lot of confidence, but it's very, very safe. It's not like, you know, that speed tape. It is literally as it says. It is very, very adhesive and very can put up with high speeds. It's not like the tape that like the wind's going to get up underneath it and rip it off. They use it on Formula One cars. They use it on aircraft as a temporary fix until she's in service and they've got the relative parts that they need. But it's very, very safe indeed. Tony Haynes, the United Dreamliner, was heavy. Paul McGrath, good afternoon. Jeremy McGrath. 897, beautiful shots, Jerry. King of airplanes. Not me, I hope he's not referring to you. Crofton 1973, I'm laid here thinking how many passengers are on each aircraft that takes off. Hey, Finnair! Yeah, the guys at Finnair telling us how valuable that footage was that we shot yesterday of the Finnair 320 touchdown, because it just obviously can go back in the training procedures, and also they can also, let's just let this one sing. Shez, speed tape, £200 a roll. Flip it. Look at that. £200 a roll. Listen to her. All the 7674s powered by CF6 engines on Delta Airlines jets. Scott saying he sat on the apron awaiting at PMI when they fixed the outer wing / engine cowl with speed tape. Yeah. Oh, we've got two 380s, folks, for the price of one. Nice. United 777. As well as the be lovely if you could hit the like button, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Like I say, over 3,000 subscribers yesterday. Was pretty hectic, I have to say. And oh, sorry, blimey, it came out quick. No messing. Big old 3-story building with wings. It's 3 stories really when you consider you've got the belly of the aircraft. You can actually consider that as a story. Then you've got the the lower deck and then the upper deck. It's certainly as high as a 2-story, 3-story building, isn't it? Wow. Still closing the gear doors, there they go. GP, is that Joburg bound or something? Or, I don't know. She's off to Dubai, right? Look at that effortless turn. Isn't that beautiful, man? You've got to appreciate that big aeroplane. What the initial, when Airbus announced the 380 program, I wonder what the initial thoughts are with Boeing, like, oh man, don't worry about that, we tried all that, that'll never work. The reason why they ditched the program for the 747 double-decker original design was because they couldn't evacuate the passengers in under 90 seconds or within that 90 seconds. So they ditched it for a single deck with the front upper deck, and they had to keep that. Well, I say the upper deck, they had to keep that that design, the fairing behind the flight deck, because the aircraft had already been designed with the flight deck up that high, so they couldn't just sort of like square it off. They had to put a fairing on it, and luckily that fairing turned into a more passenger space. Just had to. Did the 100s have an exit door on the top deck? I can't remember. I seem to recall that all the classic 747s passengers went in through the lower L1s and L2s and then went up the spiral staircase. But I might be wrong there. Claire, Felicia, Kia, she's so graceful in the sky, beautiful shot, Felicia, thank you. Tim Rotunda, Dave Nally, John Merton. Hit that like button, folks, if you want to. Don't feel obliged, you have to. MD-12 was the first design for the double-decker aircraft, but no one was interested at the time. Ollie. Yes, he's right, actually. He's absolutely right. It was McDonnell Douglas, wasn't it? Forgot about that. Funky. Time for the big boy. The rudder, folks, as the pilot maintains the aircraft down the centre line or as close as they can. Split rudder assembly on the 380. Get that gear up. It's the wind carrying it off to the right. Look at that, man. That's insane. Might as well get it into the turn, wait for the gear to close up and then turn that thing left. Wow. Luckily, I just got a message from EasyJet, actually. Flying from Gatwick this time down to Toulouse, folks. Going to try it out on EasyJet. Just have to, yeah. Kind of gave up on BA, unfortunately. We love you, BA, but. Wasn't it? What was the flight down to Toulouse? Wow. Crazy price on BA. Yeah, it was over 500 quid, wasn't it, when it all was said and done? And as opposed to what? Half price for EasyJet. Great place to visit if you ever get the opportunity, folks, down at Toulouse. They've got their museum down there, of course, which is very, very interesting. Got a 380 that you can go on board, the old Concorde. They've got a Caravelle parked up in there. Indoors, they've got the old Guppy, remember the old Guppy, based on a DC-4 platform, I think, with the old turboprops. Might have even been, mind you, DC-4 was radials, wasn't it? So was it a DC? I don't know. DC-7 maybe. I think they were actually. I'd have to look. Anyway, but it's amazing because the door is at the whole nose section of the Guppy is unhinged. We walked around it before. I don't know where you'd have to search, but 767-400 making its way. Tony Haynes. What's the winds like? Well, Tony, 30 mile an hour at least, I think. Low, man, that's a long departure. Wow. Steep angle of attack there as well. Gonna get some great floofage in the autumn, winter, folks. We all love our floofage on here. Great atmospherics coming off the wings. Oh, gonna get a bit now maybe. Is there a little bit of moisture in the air? Everywhere I look around. Moisture in the air. Every sight and every sound. Maybe not. Yeah, it's a little bit too warm, I think. She go. Coming or going? Off to maintenance, mate. .339. Now you can see that wingtip, ladies and gents. Engine start. Claire Bear. Thank you, Claire. Giving me a big Jet TV membership. Thank you very much. Stephen Billings. Let's just scroll through this one here. great to have your company. Hope you're doing well. Wow. See the vortex. Just about see the vortex over the wing created by the vortex generators, the splitters on the engine cowls. Usually, mainly on the inside of the engine. I think the LEAP engine has got inner and outer splitters. I can't just about see the splitter on the inside there of that engine. See now that wingtip. You look at that aircraft head on, and it looks like a beautifully curved wingtip. But look at the ergonomics of that wingtip, isn't it? Kind of looks odd, doesn't it? Oh no. Dreamliner. It's a 10, is that a 10? If that's a 10, she'll have the tilt undercarriage as well. Might miss it because of the tree. Tilt actuator. I think it is the tilt actuator. Norman Stanley Fletcher. Bobby Fitzsimmons, interesting to see how much distance is covered by the 380 once the nose wheel lifts from the tarmac until the main gear lift. Yeah, it's a big old unit to bring up, isn't it? You've got a bit of lag when you pull that lever. Probably takes a couple of seconds before the whole system start whirring into action. You know, hydraulics start to move, all the power starts lifting that big undercarriage. And overall, you're talking about 35 tons, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1,500 hours. Now what's going to happen? Stand by. Stand by, GP.
Okay, folks. Right, now, here we go then. Okay, we have got our first arrival of the day into this runway, and here we go. Different angle altogether. Now, this is going to be interesting because it's a shame it's not wet, I have to say. Coming up on, been through the shed effect now, hitting a little bit of turbulent air as the winds rush up through that gap between the sheds. Easy, son. Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty spectacular, man. Look at him moving, look at that. Did you see that? Wow. Of course, sometimes you need to consider when they hit those reversers and they hit the brakes, sometimes with the wind, it's also, you know, it's a balancing act, isn't it? In terms of getting the aircrafts maintaining a straight line whilst everything else is going on. But this is a great position, man. The old kite having a little look. See what I mean about the wing being bird of prey-ish? Something pushing back over there. Already no time to hang around. The boys and girls from the operations teams have done their runway inspection. Oh look, it's thin air, look. Easy. Easy. Yeah, once they're on the ground, it's not a case of like, oh right, that's it, it's nice and easy now. It's not far from it. If you've got a if you've got any type of crosswind element built into the landing, it's quite, you're battling it once it's on the ground as well. Get that big lurch left and right that we're used to as passengers. But Anthony yesterday on one of my messages mentioning how people don't appreciate, I'm sure they do appreciate, but it's difficult to appreciate it by looking at the video, just how aggressive it is with the approach when you're even 2 miles out. I know what he's talking about because you get that wing flexing, you see all the, especially if you're sitting there as a passenger. Avianca's Dreamliner, this could make some noise. None whatsoever. Wow. None at all. The doors are open, but no one's home. No reverser action required there. Just all brakes and ground spoilers over the wing. There's your exit right there. Look at that exit ramp there. How cool is that? Yeah, we will move the post, folks, at some point.
Here the brakes. Again, no reversers used. All down to the discrepancy of the crew themselves, the pilots, whether or not they need reverse thrust. Obviously, with the conditions. Easy, son, easy. That's the shed effect right there. He's just hit the shed effect there. Oh, he don't like this, does he? Sink rate, sink rate. Whoa, easy, son. Nicely executed. Sorry. The wind catching me there. Wow. Jump on the reversers. Here we go. Old school sound. Love that. Cathay Pacific 747 in 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen. Count it down. This is going to be awesome. Singapore 380 also inbound. ATR 42. Get that now. I like to sort of like zoom out a little bit just to get close to a little bit of oscillation there. Don't be stupid, Jerry. We're talking about Saturn. All in a day's work, mate. See the sliders. That's cold air, not hot air from the engines. It's cold air from the front fan blades being pushed outwards. Although it's very hot. Looks like very hot air, doesn't it? When it comes out. Am I right in that? It's hot air. It's cold air, sorry. Cold stream, I think it's a cold stream system, is what it's otherwise known as. But it's there when I look in your eyes. Moisture in the air. I'm gonna fix that flapping in a minute, folks. Stand by. Flap it, flap. Pardon me. Oh, long landing. For all you pilots who've requested your footage from your landings yesterday, bear with us. We will be able to get that out. Obviously, if you are a pilot and you want us to get a clip of your, it's very easy actually. I mean, come on, man, you're a pilot, and you should know how to work electronic equipment. You know, screen record on your phone. If you know what time you came, it is as simple as that. If you know what time you came in, basically go to YouTube, you know what time you came in, make sure you select 1080p or highest quality you can, 720, whatever, and all you do is find the time on the screen, which is bottom left. Obviously yesterday we had those issues, so we couldn't do it. We could do the first and second part, but not the third part, I guess. So if you landed in the third part, then obviously, you know, we'd be happy to help you out. We'll help you out either way, but it is quite interesting, quite funny that somebody who's got all those qualifications, all that sophistication and knowledge and capability of flying a bleeding aeroplane can't screen record them. But yeah, it's very, very simple. On an iPhone, scroll. Yeah. No. It's not. It is nice to ask, but you are more than welcome, folks. Anybody who wants to use our footage, you're more than welcome. You don't have to ask. Obviously, don't. You know, it's a bit cheeky when somebody nicks it and uses it for their own. You know. People generally tend to ask, but yeah. Long landing again, you see. But yeah, scroll down, pull your screen down if you're on an iPhone. You've got the little record button there, hit the record button, turn it sideways, screen record it, and then you can edit it, can't you, as well? So you can cut the front bit off, cut the front back bit off. You've got an editing system on your phone. But yeah, we're always more than happy to do it for you. It's our pleasure to do it for you, because obviously you bring us this entertainment, you guys, you pilots, and we're honoured when you ask us as well. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Let's just get this. Big ones in a minute, folks, don't you worry about it. Little bit of housekeeping. Thank you once again to the London Fire Brigade, the LFB. They are Blue Watch downstairs. Big shout out to all our friends on Blue Watch, looking after the station today and looking after everybody's safety. Call out could happen at any time, folks. If it does, then I have to leave the roof while these guys are out on call. So let's hope that everybody's sensible and safe, of course. That's the critical part, isn't it? That's the key thing. And you know, that link and the QR code, whichever way you want to get there, but get to that page. It's great information. Lots of people already feeding back about, you know, had no idea about e-scooters charging things. You know, I've got all sorts of things that I have to charge. Easy, son, easy. Touchdown. Once, twice, 3 times a touchdown. 2 for the price of 1, son. I'm going to charge it. Let's disembark the aeroplane. I mean, I for one have got a lot of electrical equipment that needs to be charged. V-lock batteries, microphones, charger. Lots of people talking about the landing of the Cathay Pacific 350 yesterday. Let's see if they do. Oh, that was the swing. Whoa, easy! Oh my goodness me! I don't know, man. Yeah. Now in the wind, in the rain, when the runway's wet, folks, you're going to get to see how those reversers work. Wow, that was pretty crazy, man. That was a pretty crazy touchdown. You do get to see that quite sometimes when there's a crosswind element in it, when the aircraft's on the ground and you get, if the wing lifts ever so slightly, you can quite easily get an updraft or a cross sort of, you know, thing. Yeah, sort of like a wind shear almost. I think this is Royal Jordanian. Aye, little anti-submarine. Terrible accent, sorry. Got that one nailed down, haven't they? Ooh, ground effect. I think quite a lot of it is the swing when they... Wow, comet nose. Nice. Good look at that Royal Jordanian livery now, ladies and gents. You want to sort of like, oh, is he going to make that? Blimey. Got better turning circle than a flipping London taxi. Wow. Jedi. Yeah, all I would say kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Never charge your batteries. If you're charging stuff, generally tend to do it during the day when you're able to keep an eye on stuff, and you know, because you never know. Wow, you see the lift coming off those wings. This could be. Open it up, open it up. No, it's just going to run it on the brakes, I think. Dun, 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 in the sky we've died. Do 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 do. Is that right? Gesimar Barbosa is a brand new member. Welcome, Gesimar. I hope I pronounced that right. Avro Arrow has gifted a big Jet TV membership. Thank you, Avro Arrow. Deborah Davies, never buy cheap battery chargers, could be the most expensive purchase of your life. Yeah, never skimp. That's a great point, actually. Never skimp on anything that's electrical. Always make sure you buy from a reputable source. The heavier the better, I find, in terms of, you know, products, should I say. American triple starting up behind me. I can hear it. Some starting in the distance. It's like the whale cry. Number one. Start number two. Tar, gifted a Big Jet TV member. So Joe 777 JLD is a brand new member. Steve Oddy, Iran Air 330, 4th out. Thank you, Steve. And there she is. Land 27 right, winds are, what are they, 220? Are they 220 right now? Oh, easy son, easy. There we go. Is in terms of its braking power or stopping power, should I say. All of BA fleet switching from IAE engines to the new revised CFM56 engine, which is the LEAP engine. You see the splitter there, see that arrow-shaped, wing-shaped splitter on the side of the engine. Two of those on each engine. Leading-edge aviation propulsion. These guys want to get their engine shut down ASAP, burn as little fuel as possible. One of those engines will be shut down very quickly for whatever reason, political reasons, I believe. Iran Air unable to fuel up here at London Heathrow, so having to fly that aircraft from Tehran, I think it is. Is it Tehran? Right. And back without refueling, which is a real testament, I'd say. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Someone, we had a little bit of a Aero Mexico. This could make a noise. Oh. Duty. Always a little bit of a, certainly for us now, when we hear the sirens. Where's that? Oh, got a lovely CF6 engine sound. Starting up to my right. Keep an eye on these fire units. Seem to be heading towards the end of Terminal 5. Bosh! Whoa! Oh man, you really get to see the swing here, don't you? If in doubt, give it a clout. Yeah, on the oranges now. Oh, they're still no, on the oranges. Carcos and muscles, would you like to buy? Sam Hathaway. Oh my. Two trucks. Albeit for me to want to nice 330 300 CEO. We're on our way. Not them. You can normally tell the siren of a type of emergency vehicle. That's a police vehicle, I believe. It's a great shot, isn't it? Look how quickly that thing comes to a stop, though. It's amazing, isn't it? But it doesn't surprise you when you know how powerful the braking system is on these things. No reverse power used there from the engines, even though the doors are open. They're opened for precautionary reasons, of course. Safety first. But when you've got those blooming great big speed brakes you got over the wing there, and those coupled with the wheel brakes, there's a lot of power there, man. You just put your hand out the window of a moving vehicle. Be careful, obviously do it carefully and responsibly. Not when you're 70 mile an hour down a motorway. Even at 30 mile an hour, it is something that you can see, feel when you pitch your hand on, like tweak it on your wrist. Tweak your hand on your wrist up and down like a flap, and you will feel the air get underneath it and send it upwards and then downwards if you turn it left anti-clockwise and then turn it clockwise. It'll climb like an elevator. Loving an elevator, doing it up when you ditch them down. Sorry. 380, 2 out after this one, folks. Get ready. What's that, GP? Oh, there we go. Sorry. Yeah. Not divided it when you did it. Is this the Slinger? Is the Slinger next? Or is it an Emirates jet? She's hanging in the air. Here she comes, folks. Here she comes. Ah, she's going to make a noise. I'm sure she is, man. All that forward inertia. Make some noise for the A380. You say the winds are in Cambridge, Julie. Cambridge north of me. Oh. Blimey. Okay, all right. Oh, Fenway Park here, I got you, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I know these guys at the fire service have, you know, got all their stuff laid out in terms of safety and there are, from time to time, things that you don't think of. You know. Now look at that. That's the emergency slide that's obviously been for a service, and the panel's been replaced. Yeah, but you know, you just need to sort of like, when you're buying things, make sure you buy things that are you know, the guys that you see at the gas stations, you know, at the motorways service stations, they got all the funky stuff to sell, you know, all that kind of, you know, phone cases and all that. I guess that's one thing, but I would never buy an electrical item from especially one that's that needs charging. You know, I don't want to do anyone out of business. Honestly, I don't, folks. But you know, in general, you know, everything that's sold in certain places like retail shops, and good retail shops, that is, have to go through health and safety checks and meet safety standards. You know, for your electrical goods. Really? What on earth? Really? Well, each to their own. But I find that most surprising. I find that most surprising. Somebody saying that they wouldn't get on an A380 even if you paid them $1 million. Oh, you rock up with a suitcase. $1 billion? Oh my good God, really? Blimey, really? Easy, son, easy. Easy. What is that? Yeah, you know. $1 billion. Did you last hear an A380? Last time you heard of an A380 incident, they got all, you know, like the Qantas 380 with the engine. That was an engine issue, nothing to do with the structure of the aircraft. So that's an engine issue. Let's remember. Just goes to show the competence and the professionalism of the flight crew, being able to bring that aircraft down on 3 engines, but also with so much of the aircraft going to sleep, really, wasn't it? It was like, you know, all the parameters were shutting down. We didn't have this and we didn't have that, hydraulics to this and electrical feed to that, but they managed to troubleshoot everything and get the aircraft down on the ground safely. So really, in terms of its record, the A380's got an unblemished record, hasn't it? I mean, obviously, you know, every aircraft that we see, you know, they've all had technical issues, but in terms of, you know, are you sure you meant the A380 and not, you know, anyway, whatever. There you go. Cheryl Howard, I'm with Laura, I'd hate to go on a plane that big. Really? Are you really thinking about that, man? Hate to go on a plane that big. Well, it's no longer than an A350. It's just double-decker, and it's very, very safe. Anyway, whatever. Each to their own. Fully appreciate that as well, in terms of, you know, if somebody has a fear of flying on a specific type of aircraft, it's completely understandable. Well, it's the first time I've heard the Skylark this year at Heathrow. is. It is. Beautiful aeroplane to fly, man. Literally like flying on a bleeding carpet. Yeah, you're asking a little bit too much of the camera to catch an aircraft over Bryce Norton. Oh, mind you, over Bryce? Oh no, sorry. Bryce is the... Sorry, Bryce is the one a long way away. I'm thinking of the other one up the road here. Norfolk, sorry. No! Yeah, hit that QR code if you're just joining us, folks. QR code is there for you, and doesn't matter where you are in the world, even though this is related to the London Fire Brigade. You know, fire safety and safety in general around the house and around the office and wherever is relative wherever you are in the world. So if we can help out in any way in terms of like advice on you know, things that you maybe didn't think of. Portable charger. I wouldn't buy anything like that other than from a reputable source. That's why we get literally 99.9% of all our electrical goods come from Amazon, because they are, you know, you can go back to them if there's a problem. You can read feedback on them as well. You get to see, you know, what other people's thoughts are on it in terms of utilising it. I never buy anything with that has anything less than 4.5 stars, and a lot of feedback as well. So power banks are a big thing for us. Great thing is with this position here, we get to see the whole run out. Lots of carbon components, all those speed brakes, all the flaps, all carbon component. What's this? China? It's one of the China carriers, isn't it? Or is it? China side. Okay, this could be good. This could be good. Is it still see flexing that way? This could make a bit of noise. Wow! All that weight transfer. smart. She looks very smart, doesn't she? Now getting their taxi instructions before they start to reconfigure the aircraft, get the flaps up, speed brakes down, fire up the APU as well. Well, maybe not, depending on how long her stop's going to be here for. But we're going to put that thing straight to gate and so once they've got that configured, then there we go. Speed brakes down. Flaps will now start to rise up, and there they go. Leading edge slats already. Those beautiful canoes, as we call them. See the canoes there? Housing the hydraulics, the screws. I'm not talking about prison guards. No prison guards hiding in there. Now the screw systems that's powered by electrical motors that wind the flaps down. Some of the systems using hydraulic rams. The speed brakes, the overwing speed brakes generally are hydraulically operating because they have to come up quick, whereas the flaps are controlled in different parameters. Flap 1, 2, 3 and 4, different degrees, depends on whether you're on a Boeing or an Airbus. Lee Eastwood, very clean, China Southern. TCC. Yeah, getting those big flat feet down, aren't they? David Rutherford, Terminal 5 is down to my right, sir. There it is. We're sort of I think a lot of people do that. Anything to distract you from doing that little bit of gardening or the polishing. La-di-da-di-da. Cafe Cargo 747 due in 30 minutes. Sailor Mike, thank you, Sailor Mike. Let's get her to number 1, folks. In fact, to be honest with you, we don't even have to try, do we? Right, all the aircraft up to the 747. We believe we've got, did you say the Emirates Expo? What, before or after? So it's before the... Oh, it's after, is it? And how long till the other one? 26, did you say? Yeah. Well, I was talking like literally minutes, not. But by the time we get to that, 26 to 50, it's only another 20 odd minutes in it. So we're gonna hang around for that A380, the Expo 380 as well, folks. photo. Philip Jones, TCC. They just need to consult Rolls-Royce car department on how to make better shock absorbers. Okay. Remember the Rolls-Royce, the original. Sorry, folks. New position. It's getting overwhelmed with stuff going on in front of me. I need to make sure I keep an eye to my left. Yeah, the original Rolls-Royce, I believe, used wasn't it the suspension system, French suspension system, wasn't it? Remember the old those old what were they? What, it wasn't a Renault, was it? It was the you know, that big soft, great big air car. Oh blimey, I should know. I should know. I've seen a few. What's it? Comes with. Devilfish. Devilfish is really good. Welcome, Devilfish. Lovely to see you here. Oh, connection still okay, GP? Citroen, the big Citroen, whatever it's called. Rolls-Royce used Citroen suspension in their original cars, I believe, until they obviously developed something themselves. Floating on air, those things. Air suspension, I think it was. Very early, primitive form of air suspension. These things, no such thing, using traditional style of suspension on their undercarriage, much like your no springs, mainly all hydraulic and air, I believe, oil and air mixture within their suspension systems. Maybe some springs in there somewhere, but generally the main suspension itself is taken up using air and oil, I think. Far easier to tune than it is high and low speed rebound. Compression as well, of course. Compression's the big part here. So if you have a low speed, high speed compression, you want it to rebound relatively slowly. You don't want it to be bouncy otherwise. Nah, don't tell me they've turned her around already. Can't have turned her around already, mate. She's not still circulating, is she? That Iran Air jet. As in, like, on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, but she landed about 20 minutes ago. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, was she? Oh, just waiting for a gate then. She's waiting for a gate. Oh dear. Oh, look at that. CF. Thank you, CF. Has gifted 10 Big Jet TV memberships. What a lovely thing to do. What a great, generous bunch of people you are. And you know, to have that ability to be able to do it is a lovely thing. To know that you're sort of like just giving back to the community, the aviation community. We've got Devilfish, Sailor Mike, Air France 220 in 10 minutes, Swiss 220 in an hour, Air Baltic 220, 45 minutes for all you 220 geeks, Lord Geeker. Sailor Mike, sorry. Thanks, Sailor Mike. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit down and I get it turn around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit anxious and I turn around. Turn around. Every now and then I fall apart. Sorry. Here now, the Iran Airtail looks like the Air France Pegasus. Yes, you're right, you know. In fact, it almost is, isn't it? Almost is. Deborah Davies, yeah, she'll be running on. Yeah, she'll be running on one engine, that's for sure. She wouldn't have been circulating on two. But they would have probably told ATC, please remember we can't fuel up here, so we're low on fuel reserves as it is. Oh, go around. Now that is pilot induced. It's not a wind shear go around. Not happy with the approach for whatever reason. Too high, too low. Probably too high, I would have thought. Maybe offline slightly. First turn around from the LFB, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Whoopee! Yeah, every now and then I fall apart. Smoked about 40 a day, didn't she? Location Harry, yes, that's right. So the following aircraft would have been that pilot that's just gone around would have fed the information back to the following aircraft or to the ATC, who would then pass the information onto the aircraft behind them. Just be aware at 100 feet, turbulent air, whatever, blah blah blah. I think that was a shed effect induced go around. Uzbekistan, nice. Easy. It's a good looking jet, look at this folks. Green underside. I don't know if you can see that on my monitor. It looks very dark, but it's a green underside. Great colours, great colour combination. Love that. Now you can see the green. That shed effect's really coming into play now. That's what we like. Swing it. Aero brake. Smiley happy 777. This is Japan. Easy, easy. Oh, there you go, there you go. Nice. These jets, again, like I say, very sophisticated. They have a system called brake to vacate as well, where the auto brakes come into play, where the pilots literally just sit there and monitor everything, making slight adjustments to the rudder as well, of course, but the auto brake system. So they basically say, right, we want that exit there, which is, what is that? It's Alpha 10 Foxtrot or whatever. Is that Foxtrot the taxiway, and Alpha 10 is possibly the exit point? But you put that into the flight management system, and it will the system will brake the aircraft, as in wheel brakes. You can hear those treads humming. She's waiting for her gate. Could be sitting there for a bit. Vietnam Airlines. This is a great livery, folks. Check this out. Crow's doing a bit of plane spotting there. Great opportunity. Great vantage point here. Gotta say a massive thank you to John, really, because you know, these guys, they invited us up here, folks, and you know, it's not something you can set up and arrange in 5 minutes. It's been quite a long-winded exercise, as it always is, you know, when you're doing something like this. And a huge shout out to John for helping us out, bringing us up here, getting us up here, doing the safety checks and all that kind of stuff that everyone has to do. You can hear an engine starting. Ooh. That's that triple start. John rightly getting some props. shout out to all our friends at Blue Watch downstairs, looking after the place. John, James, Chris, Jay, Rex and Manny on Blue Watch today. Thank you guys for looking after us and for basically looking after everyone around. So next time you head off to bed, or you're heading out somewhere and you've got something left on charge, then you know what, if you're gonna leave it on charge and you've got a garage or something where you've got a concrete floor, and then just be very mindful of where you're charging things up, and also don't, it's always better to do it when you're in the house, isn't it? Because then if anything was to happen, at least you can be there to deal with it, rather than coming home and the place is how would I say it? You know what I mean. It's a bit of common sense, really, isn't it, at the end of the day? It's all about common sense. Use your noddle. Use that thing between your ears that God gave you, or your mum and dad. But yeah, it's oh, he's turned around. Do a stream here on Wi-Fi, not is it? I'll be up and down like a yo-yo. Sincree. There you go, here she comes. Oh, Greg on Twitter, how are you doing? Hello to all our friends on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter, folks. Very simple indeed. Big Jet TV is the Twitter account, but also make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, folks. I know I keep harping on about it, but it just means that if you've been missing out on all the fun, as a lot of people do, don't miss out on it. Make sure that you keep up to date with what we're doing. Interesting to see that the rudder, you can see there the rudder that's cranked over to the left. That's because the hydraulic system has been drained out of the systems, because I know it's a lot of electrical stuff going on the Dreamliner, but I think it's hydraulically operated. The actuators, the actual arms, the control systems that move the rudder assembly. And the reason why it's cranked over like that is because it has no force acting on it, so as to minimise any stress on the components. Easy. There you go. She's down. Yeah, so you can see that on that. You can see it on the LATAM jet as well. Split, well, not fully split, but you can see now that's the trim. That's the trim on the rudder there. You see that short segment at the bottom. That's the trim for the rudder. A Boeing thing. Well, I don't think they got a trim on the. I think it's because it's such a big tail that they have the trim on the 777. I think so. Certainly got a split rudder assembly on the 747, and a Northwest Orient 747 was very fortunate many years ago when they had a hard over rudder failure. Fortunately, the upper segment, I think, was the part that stayed in power. It's a bit like well, one thing you don't want to be doing using in flight is your rudder, to be perfectly honest with you. Once the aircraft's in the air, everything's used, elevators for pitch, and the high and low speed ailerons on the wings for your left and right. Rudder is generally needed to use to keep the aircraft in a straight line, used during landings and also early part of the takeoff. Once she's airborne, very little rudder input. Be very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. Scott saying, let's get CX-7 to #1. Come on, folks, you can do it. We can do it very easy. Do it within 5 minutes, can't we? Don't need to do it yet. She's still not due in for another 30, is she? Oh, she's 7 out, right. Good looking airplane, that, isn't it? That Neo. See what how amazing it looks with the windshield blacked out. Not blacked out, but just the outline of it. A bit like eye mascara, isn't it? Sort of takes out the hard lines of the cockpit assembly. She's at number 10. She's at number 10. Come on, folks, you can do it. Easy, son, easy. There you go. Bring it in. Oh, we might have a little bit of an. See, some pilots are unfazed by. Wow, that's a big sink rate, isn't it? Some pilots are unfazed by the old the windy conditions. Others are. Possibly a little bit unsure, or you know, that's what you get trained for. Sometimes they might need to go back into the sim, do a little bit more line training, or just to every 6 months. I think they get checked up every 6 months. That's why these simulator schools are just so, or sim centres, should I say, very busy permanently, 24/7, 365, folks. The folks at Avion. That we're going to be visiting with the 321 Neo flight sim can be configured for a CEO as well, but very rarely asked to do that. A220, possibly Air France or Air Baltic, one of the two. Boshy, a mini Bosch. That's a great cockpit, isn't it? Very spaceship-esque. Also give while we can, give a big shout out to our friends at the comms teams at London Heathrow. Rare you have a rear door open on a big jet like that. When they're disembarking to passengers alike, might be have a maybe doing that especially for a disabled passenger, maybe, I don't know. Somebody with, this is Malaysian, isn't it? Oh, easy, easy. I think he was swinging it there. Wow, it looks quite violent, doesn't it? I don't think we're going to get very much, though, to be honest with you. Getting a bit now. Trent, tracked number 1. Have we got to number 1? Have we stumped over the? Have we done the B-52? Have we done the B-52, GP? Oh, I thought it was the. Oh, okay. 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 All right. Yeah. Wow, that is just such a crazy shot, that. All that forward inertia. Once she's down on the ground, she becomes a vehicle as opposed to a headoplane. Ah, yeah, somebody on Twitter asking if there's a... Oh, mind that, hold on a minute. Stand by, let me get rid of that. Dry your eyes, mate. Somebody's saying, is there an aircraft in the BA hangar with its tail covered up? No, it's just because it has all that working platform surrounding it. Which gives you that impression that it's perhaps covered up, but it's not. It's just the inspection platforms, as you can see, one left, one right, for the workers to for the engineers to access certain parts of the aircraft, horizontal and vertical stabilizer. This is a MAX. Look out for the max range of merchandising coming, folks. Not long now, if you're a big Max fan. All the Max aircraft running the LEAP engine. Only the Boeing, of course, running the scalloped cowl, which was a bit of a waste of time, really, in terms of its design and development. Oh, she's at number 3. Well done, folks. We're kind of up against it with the B-52, the Love Shack. Captain Ron, Cafe 747, 4 out, and there she is. Roger that. Gear down already, look, on the jumbo. Head out on the highway. The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby. 2 737s in a row. It's the NG in it. 737-800 possibly. It's got the pre-max winglet. Well, actually, I say pre, sort of like. I'll tell you what will be interesting that we might get to hear all the way down here, folks, that you don't get to hear very often, is the systems that shut the operate the leading edge slats on the jumbo jet is actually air controlled. It's an air system, and you might get to hear that. Hopefully you will, as the pilots reconfigure the aircraft for the ground and pull the slats up. Get your slats up, son. It's a very unique sound to the 747. The sound of the slats being retracted. What's that? Oh, a lot sending the Dreamliner today. Wow, yeah, that's very different. Normally they're 737. Yesterday it was their Embraer, wasn't it? It's their ERJ 175 or 95. Using the Dreamliner today. So they've obviously got a mishmash of aircraft either. Take that exit, mate, because right behind you. Hey, did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? And if you did, why she cried? Beautiful aeroplane, man. Look at this. Coming in hot. Listen out for those slats. Oh, you know what? You know what I didn't notice there, but something that you would have seen would be the inboard slat actually closes when the aircraft touches down. I think systems automatically. Oh, it's a shame we missed it. I missed it, but if you play it back, you might see it. not actually seen that before, I don't think. Yeah, it was butter, wasn't it? Now listen. See, the slats are still extended. Still extended, isn't it? Partially extended. It's interesting. Awaiting taxi instructions. The noise that I was hoping to hear. Mihaj is a new member. Welcome, Mihaj. Yeah, now retracting. Didn't hear it. I said, geez. Ellis Chernoff. Actuators are air motors. Thank you, Alex. I love all the discussion on listening to ATC in the UK whilst the US £2.50 buy portable VHF transceivers. Stuart Watson, yes. You can see you can buy airband radios here as well in the UK. It's a very grey area. We don't listen to it because it's illegal to broadcast it live. That's all you need to know, really. Other than that, you can knock yourself out. You know, listen to it as much as you like, because you know they can't police it, and they can't even police us doing it live if they wanted to. But you just make enemies. Well, not make enemies, but they just wouldn't respect you, would they? Regardless of what people say, it's illegal, and there's no one that controls it. Definitely not Ofcom. It's air traffic control. Ofcom is about TV and radio. Nothing to do with air traffic control. Must think we're stupid or something. But yeah, it is ATC. Sorry, it's NATS that we generally deal. We've got a great relationship with the air traffic control folks here in the UK, and we prefer to stay on the right side of them. If you ever want to do anything with them, and you make them angry, then or don't respect them, then they're not going to give any respect to you, are they? They're going to treat you like an idiot. Phil Sky, good day to you. John M. Always John. I love my planes, man. I love my planes. What a shot. Bobby Fitzsimmons, $30 million for a GE90. Hey! Got a light out, mate. It's not working, mate. And anyway, even if we could do it legally, to be honest with you folks, I would only use it in certain segments for a special aircraft or something, you know, because it can interfere with what we're trying to do, you know, in terms of, you know, chatting with you guys. I don't want someone over me, you know, even if it is quite cool. But if you've got a, like that Jumbo, for instance, that just landed, we would have switched it on for that. But I always found, right from back in the early days of Big Jet TV, when I used to do ATC, it was very squelchy. It was either squelchy with air traffic control or squelchy with the pilots, one of the two. And it was never, I was always toying with it, playing around. Stop playing with it. Leave it alone. Get worse if you keep playing with it, which it did, to be honest with you. Okay, folks, we are waiting for the Emirates 380. How far away did you say? Sorry about that. Eater. Let's see if I can get a close-up look at the graphics on this plane. It's more on the tail, actually. See there. See the design there? Can you see that? European carrier going all Airbus. Hey, is that it there? Is that it there? Oh no, it's United, sorry. Has lots Dreamliner come in yet, actually? Is that what is? It's on the way, is it? It's on the ground, is it? Oh, okay. No, we're gonna. Okay, folks, can we please give a big thumbs up to all our friends at Blue Watch here at the LFB, London Fire Brigade. Again, if you're watching on replay, hello. Where were you? And no, if you're watching on replay, then you know, you would have heard all the words that we were talking about earlier on in terms of you know, the great relationship that we've already struck up with our friends at the London Fire Brigade. Always, you know, giving them big props anyway in terms of, you know, how hard they work. The emergency services right across the board anyway. But yeah, these folks have very kindly invited us up here to come and film, and we wanted to obviously know a way that we could return the favour, and fortunately we've managed to do that with that that QR code that you've got on the screen. You can hit that, it'll take you straight to the safety page where you can read up on some stuff that's, you know, blatantly obvious, but other stuff that's like, yeah, you know what, didn't think of that. Already helped someone in terms of charging their e-scooter. Because when those batteries catch fire, mate, there's very little chance of stopping it. So you need to be very very careful how you store those things, and where and how and when you charge them. Use the official charging unit as well. Don't try and use some dodgy second-hand one, or one that's not specific to the, because you have to have all the different charging parameters. Vicky Denning has upgraded to first class membership. Thank you, Vicky, great to see you. And cashier number 4 is a new member to Big Jet Tail. I was wondering when cashier number 4 would, I have been asking them for quite some time. Cashier number 4, please. Brand new member, isn't it? Someone who's obviously been watching for a while, isn't it? Straight down the middle. Wow, that's a big old lurch, isn't it? Yeah. Radome replaced. So obviously with this Roxy Simmons, thank you, London Fire Brigade. You turned up once to my mum's address because she thought she'd had a rat. Turned out to be oh yeah, be careful. Yeah, you don't want to be calling the fire brigade because you think you saw a rat, for God's sake. Yeah, it's wasting time, folks. Don't go putting out calls like that. RSPCA or a rat catcher or something, I don't know. Ignore it, it's gone by the time they get there. Yeah. They call an exterminator for something like exterminate. Don't be calling the fire brigade because you thought you saw a rat. I mean, anyway, all due respect, you know. Claire Bear has upgraded to first class as well. Thank you, Claire. Lovely thing to have you on board as well. Thank you. Not in any way. Back in the 80s. Was it in the kitchen by any chance? Yeah, of course, if the rat was on fire, then yes. Yeah, let's take into consideration maybe it had a curry the night before. I don't know. You know, it was running very rapidly through the house. What if the rat was on fire? Awesome. You guys are brilliant, man. Oh. Speed up for this Iberia 350. What if the rat was on fire? Oh man, greased that. Must have been a slow day for the fire department that day. There's a rat in my kitchen. What am I gonna do? There's a rat. What am I gonna... Don't worry, love. We'll fix it. Steve's he's got a rat. He knows what to do. Steve. Hello? We've got reports of a rat. Squirrel, rats, and now we're sort of like getting on another side of it. Rats do chew through cables and stuff like that. Of course they do. Right, okay. Kill everything! Kill everything! Fire! Fire! The world's on fire! Well, it is in a minute. I'm gonna fix that rat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fix that rat. Fix him, son. Look, fix him up. What's that, Skippy? He hamster, Mr. Faulty. He hamster. His name is Basil. Seeing that 380 making its way towards us quite soon. Look at the windscreen wiper assembly on the paint mate. It's got a replacement panel there. He's had a little bit of a ding, hasn't he? It's crazy how sort of like flimsy the 787 wiper assembly looks as opposed to the 350. Not having any preference on any at all, folks. Oh yeah. Yeah, please ignore that last remark, folks. Standing on a fire station roof and shouting fire. Yeah, not probably. Where's John gone? Hold on a minute. Where's everyone gone? Where's all that water coming from? There she is, look. Here she comes, folks. We haven't seen this. We haven't seen this one for a while, have we? The Expo, the big Expo blue. Well, multicoloured in it. This is Air Astana. They had a bit of fun yesterday. This is the one I called on the go around. Might not. Bless. Bless. It's going to be great when we come back here in the rain, folks. Get to see all the reverser action. Something hammering out of the southern. See that another Air Baltic on behalf of Eurowings, I think. These Air Baltic jets. They must have some of their jets off the line, being going through maintenance or whatever. Eurowings, I'd imagine. Well, they're sort of like possibly, I'd imagine, wet leasing these jets. Otherwise, of course, they'd have to type rate their crews onto the A220, which won't be very difficult, let's be honest. Wings assembled in Dublin, in Ireland, I think. Specifically Dublin, but certainly Ireland. 220 assembled in Canada, isn't it? 220. Good in the wet, mate. Dun, 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 dun. If, when, why, what? Have you got in the western world? Eastern boys, western girl. Okay, here we go. The big boy. The beast from the east. Grease that one. Yeah, grease that one. Oh my goodness me, is this going to be somewhere to film in the wet, man? 09s or 27s, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be awesome, mate. Where others run for the hills when the rain starts, What does old Jeremiah do? Gets on with it and films. Folks, thank you so much. It has been wonderful. Thank you. Thanks to everybody who's been part of this amazing show today. Thank you to London Fire Brigade, John and all his crew at Blue Watch. I nearly said Baywatch there. Yeah, thanks, mate. We really appreciate it. And to all our friends at the London Fire Brigade, but also fire brigade services throughout the country and around the world. And all the emergency services. Let's not forget anyone who works in that arena, whether they're putting out a huge fire, saving someone from a building, or rescuing a rat, even if it is on fire. What's that? Yeah, folks, thank you so much. Thanks, Jilly, once again. Thank you to everybody who's got involved. Welcome to it. Did we hit 350,000 GP? We're not far off it anyway. On your way out, hit that like button if you would, please, folks. Welcome to all our new subscribers as well. If you're watching on replay, I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, get yourselves on it, and come and get involved. Next show will be in Toulouse, so no free view show next week, folks, on Wednesday, the midweek show that is. Of course, we will be back next Sunday. But for next week's midweek show, we will be in France at the Toulouse AIRBUS facility. And what a great time we have there. Always, it's a bit like a fishing trip, where you're sort of like, you're sitting there waiting to get a bite, and then you see this 350 coming out of the back of the sheds down the other end, and it's only got its tail livery on it, and we don't know whether it's going on a test, we don't know whether it's what it's doing, but it's always a bit of a mystery. It's at Toulouse. I'm nearly sang it. I'm not going to sing it. Look after yourselves. Thank you so much once again to the London Fire Brigade, and hopefully we will be back in the future to bring you some 09 arrivals, which is just there, the touchdown zone, and lots of other stuff that we're going to be getting as well. Thanks, everybody. Look after yourselves. Thanks again, John, and all his mates. See you over there. That's it. Thank you. Ta-ta! Look how worn out she looks, mate. I might be completely wrong, and if I am, then frankly, you go.